I need my caffeine.
Me too. I had a pre-workout before the gym this morning.
I hope some of my house was for guests.
Cold or hot?
Oh yeah, I don't eat until like
It doesn't.
8 o'clock-ish. Jacked up. Well, me too.
What is that noise, Patrick?
It is my phone. I will silence it.
If you don't, Gary, we'll kick you out. Not that mean. Say that. That's not mean. It's just, ma'am, would you please leave the room? Sorry, you should not stay. Do this. Get my stuff together. That.
Going to call the meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Miss Gray, roll call, please.
Julie Bear,
Here.
Nicole Bradley,
Here.
Ashley Pascal. I see you there.
You know she's here.
There she is.
Sorry. If you were talking to me, I was having audio issues, but I can hear you now.
Are you present, Miss Pascal?
I am.
Miss McAlpine's been excused. Dr. Singer,
Check her when she comes in, and that'll be great.
she's here.
Oh, she is. You had mentioned that she's up. There she is. Hi, Diane. Looking forward to seeing you this afternoon. Okay, looking for the agenda adoption. This is an action item. I'm looking for a motion. Watching for hands. Thank you for offering a motion to adopt the agenda, someone. Yes, Ashley.
I move that we adopt the agenda as it.
Thank you so much. I'll second that. Diane seconded. Thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
I
All right. Nicole Bradley, would you please read the audience of any citizen?
Yes, this is the time for public to comment. Members of the board may not discuss items that are not specifically identified on the agenda. Action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, responding to any criticism, or scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date. Citizens wishing to comment will be limited to one opportunity to speak, and the board limits the time for individuals' presentations to 3 minutes and the total time for all presentations 30 minutes.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go to Lake Havasu. Who down there would like to let us know if anyone's there to speak?
Members of the board, there is no one here from the public at this time.
Thank you so much. Kingman Neal Campus?
Or no one from the public wishes to address you at this time.
Thanks so much. And the Colorado City Campus?
Madam Chair, there are no citizens present who wish to address the board today.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Cooper down here in Mohave?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Welcome. Dr. Culver, there are no citizens present who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you. And thank you for the nice welcome, and Chef Johnson for the lovely spread she's put out. It's always nice to be welcomed with food. All right, thanks so much. Dr. Rousseau, recognitions, please.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Dr. Culver, and guests. I have a few recognitions this morning for some students and some faculty, staff members. Around this time, we normally introduce our All Arizona recipients. These students are selected based on applications that they submit to Phi Beta Kappa, Coca-Cola, national, and then we select them at the local level. They're also eligible for additional scholarships at the national level. The students selected in Arizona are automatically named to the All Arizona honor read list. That entitles them up to 10 semesters of free tuition to any of the 3 state universities. We have the honor of celebrating with those students and their parents and guests at a luncheon down in Mesa last month. We have what, 6 students. Tina Branger from Lake Havasu, Robert Gale from Kingman, Tristan Moffett from Bullhead, Craig Ruckel from Kingman, Tiffany Soar from Bullhead, and Michael Bertashea from Lake Havasu. There are a range of students. We have nursing and psychology and general studies and a whole bunch of stuff there. A lot of them are getting ready for graduation, so not all of them are with us. We do have Craig online. I'll allow you, Craig, in just a few seconds to just tell us about yourself and maybe some future plans you have for yourself. I will also announce that Tristan Moffett from here in Bullhead is actually our first dual credit recipient. She's a dual enrollment student here at Mohave High. So that is very exciting, and she has plans to go on to ASU. So we're very excited for her. I think the only one we have with us is Craig. So Craig, you can unmute yourself and maybe say a little bit about yourself and what you plan to do after you leave us soon.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope your morning's going well. So right now I'm a social and behavioral sciences major at Mohave College because there isn't a parent psychology major. I'm planning on doing that at NAU, pursuing that as my undergraduate degree. I have already knocked out a lot of the credits, thankfully, already here at Mohave College that I'm going to notice. So this is going to be a great spring forward already. I plan generally on beginning with counseling and eventually moving on further into the psychiatric field because I've always had an inclination towards medicine after dealing with my own stuff and having health issues, which in the end impacts your mental health too. So I'm just hoping that I can kind of bring things back because some of my, greatest inspirations I've actually met now at the college. And I just want to be able to bring that forward to other people in my future. So I'm excited and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that I've been given.
Thank you, Mr. Rockwell. Very heartfelt comments, and we appreciate them. And I'm sure they represent you very well and your family, and thanks for your comments. And I'm glad you're going to be a lumberjack. Good for you. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you, Craig.
I think so. I grew up in. Thank you. I grew up in Washington, so I think Flagstaff will be perfect. It's like I felt like home when I went out there.
I'm sure you did.
So
yeah.
I think
beautiful campus. Enjoy. Thank you.
I think that's the only student that we have with us. A number of them will be graduating and walking today, so we'll see some of them again. My next recognition I'd like to bring to the board our Ellen Likari Service to Students Award. We do this every year. We send out an email announcement to students asking them to nominate their favorite employers, the ones that have made a difference in their journey here at Mohave College. This year, we had an overwhelming number of students who are representing themselves and groups of students. We had 34 individual employees identified through those 40+ nominations that we received. We normally only select one. This year, we had to select 2 because the student reviewers of the finalists could not decide between just one. So we have 2, and we have both of them here, one via Zoom, one in person. So I will introduce those folks and then say a little bit about them and then give them the opportunity to address the board. Just tell us who you are and how you've been with the college. But we have Jay Wang, who is the mathematics faculty. for us, and we have Kevin Knorr, who's with the respiratory therapy program. I will just say a couple of things that we received from them, just so you know what some of these nominations were like. For Jay, some students said he is the best math teacher to ever exist. He does not only make class fun, but he actually teaches you, and there is no dumb questions to him.
Hold your head up, Jay. Come on, chin up.
Whatever we have a question on or not, understand he will explain it without any judgment. Another student wrote, he has made such a big difference in my journey by believing in me. In fact, the whole class, he gave daily encouragement we needed to keep going and to also think outside the box. The impact a teacher can have beyond classroom, and I am deeply thankful to have crossed paths with him. We never made any of us feel like we were tackling something alone and walked through things step by step with us. So, Jay, if you want to address the board and just tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with us.
Breaking the sweat. I'm Jay Wang. I teach math here at Bullitt's campus and half part-time at Havasu's campus. I have the lower levels. Kids have trouble with fractions, decimals, and percentages. I'm honored to have this award. It's easy to do something when you're passionate about your job. And this award to me means that the students recognize that I enjoy what I do. That's all I can say. I really look forward to coming to work every day. I honestly do. It used to be where you look forward towards the weekends. Sundays, the Vikings would play and get beat, and then you have to come back to work on Monday. But now I can't wait till Monday gets here. That's a true story. I really enjoy working with my students, and I appreciate the award.
I'd like to add that Jay has been in our community for many years, and then he and his wife relocated professionally. And when they returned, it was just such a good feeling to know he was joining the campus staff and of Mohave College. And he had that reputation, and I'm just thrilled to see that he's been recognized because that's who he is.
Our other recipient is Kevin. I'll say a couple things about Kevin, then you can introduce yourself as well, Kevin. Kevin may be a new addition to the Mohave College faculty, but he has already proven himself to be an indispensable asset to the student body. He consistently goes above and beyond, acting not only as an instructor, but also as a counselor and a mediator. He frequently sacrifices personal and family time to ensure we fully grasp the course content, making himself available by phone. Another student wrote, his impact on my journey became most evident during a traumatic clinical experience involving an untimely death. In a moment of severe distress, Kevin was the first person I called. He stepped into a mentorship role, immediately helping me process the situation and find the composure needed to return and finish my shift. And another student wrote, what stands out the most is his professionalism and genuine dedication to student success. He creates an environment where students feel supported, respected, and encouraged to ask questions. His style keeps students engaged while also maintaining high standards that prepare us for the responsibilities of healthcare field. Kevin, would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself, how long you've been with the college? You are a more recent addition to the college, so congratulations on one of your first rounds of being eligible. But go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name's Kevin. I am very new. I think I've been with the college for about 9 months. I decided to go into education because not only when I worked clinically wise, it was something special to be able to help out others, not only patients, but other staff members, other hospital employees. I think that I'm good at talking, so it really helps to be able to address to different students, different age groups. It is something that's very special to me. I'm very proud to be able to be here and with Mohave College, and even more proud to be able to be a recipient of this award. I think Jay said it very, very well of enjoying to come to work and being a part of every educational experience that students have within Mohave College. Just being a part of all of the little things, the Christmas events and being able to be Blaze here to there, it's something that's really special to me, and being a part of the community, not only just the community of Kingman, but Mohave County as a whole. So I
really am proud to be able to be here, and I am proud that I am able to impact students at an educational level. I started at a community college, then went to a private university, and I felt often that I was alone and that I wasn't that important. So being able to bring what I learned from all of that into a college and an educational setting and give to students what a student deserves, as in someone to listen, someone to help, someone to be there and give them the right advice and right education. I think that that's more impactful than anything I've done in the last 9 years of respiratory. So I appreciate everybody and the board, and thank you guys for this honor.
Well, just say I have not met someone quite like Kevin. He jumped on staff and then immediately started asking ways he can get involved at the Keenan campus. He has been blazed, I don't know how many times for events. Like normally we have to just
Is that real?
yes. But anyway, I know. I'm trying to break that to you. At least 3, 4, maybe 5 times at this point. He's volunteered at our huge events that we have where he's in that costume for hours on end. And I just can't say thank you enough because he's been an asset not only to his program but student life and community in general for the Keenan campus. So congratulations to both of you. Amazing selections by our students for sure.
And Madam President,
Yes, sir.
if I may, Jay is one of a few faculty members who has asked for more classes to teach. I want more, so we have to hold him back.
Well, I can't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled for both of them. I haven't met Kevin, but I'm sure he would light up the world just like Jay does. So good to hear. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Do we have Dennis on the?
Yes.
Okay, I shouldn't see. I don't see one.
White shirt.
He's literally here, Jordan.
Oh, he's in the room. That's right. Dennis, I think I saw you on a screen last year, maybe. Is that right?
No, I was here last year too.
You were
Yeah.
here first.
Yeah, so the auditor was on screen last year.
That's who. I'm looking on the screen. I think I don't know whether to move this down and here you are. Well, come wherever you're comfortable. And
Yeah, I'm actually gonna move up because
Please.
everything's paperless now, so now I've got a computer sitting on my lap, so. Perfect.
But you even have a name on your shirt. I should have been able to see it from here. I'm
I do.
sorry.
I do.
Glad to see you.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and present the audit that was issued for June 30th, 2025. The audit was conducted by Snyder and Brown. I'm neither one of those, and I'm not with the firm. I'm actually the consultant for Mohave. We had sent an invite to Snyder and Brown to attend. Unfortunately, Dylan Brown, who actually was a partner that led the audit, for personal reasons, he had to leave the firm. So Robert Snyder is the one that is, hopefully going to do the presentation, but I know he had a very busy schedule. So they may reschedule for the auditors to speak, but I can say some things that the auditors can't necessarily
Yeah,
say.
we're hoping June that the auditors actually.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis is here by golly, work on this.
And for about over 27 years, I was an auditor as well. So I think I might know what I'm talking about when I look at the report. So we'll see.
Call that.
So the two reports that you have in front of you, one is the annual comprehensive financial report called the ACFR. So that is basically the financial statements for the district. It also incorporates into that the foundation, which is presented separately as a component unit, just because of the relationship it has with the college itself. And so that you'll see those financial statements included in there. I'm not really going to focus on those financial statements. I'll focus on the district's financial statements themselves. So for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2025, and again, you have to remember this is on what's called a GAAP basis. So this is a full accrual basis. So it's going to be different than when you're looking at your budgetary numbers, because when we look at budgetary numbers, all of your capital expenses, all of your principal expenses, those are going to be reflected as expenses. Under a full accrual, those are reported as assets and liabilities. So your net increase in net position for the year was about $2 million, which put your net position at about $67 million, most of which, however, is all your investment in capital assets, net of any type of related debt that you have. And it's important to note that because those are assets, so about 48.7 million of that are your assets. Those are assets, that's not really net position that's available to you, unless you sold the assets. Most of that's made up of your campuses and buildings and whatnot. So it really wouldn't behoove you to sell those assets. There was a significant increase in that in the current year. You had the AMTC building. There was about almost $17 million in expenses that went toward the construction of that. Most of that came from some of the local funds that you had accumulated over the years to pay for. You did get about $4 million in grants that funded a portion of that during the year. And so that's sort of your net position for the college. So the auditor's job, which is not my job, but the auditor's, which is Snyder and Brown, is to issue an opinion on the financial statements. Basically, what that means is they give an opinion as to whether the financial statements were fairly stated in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. They would also disclose to you whether they have any significant audit adjustments as part of that. I'm happy to note, because I've helped with administration put together the annual comprehensive financial report, that they had no adjustments during the year. And they did issue what they call an unqualified opinion, which is a clean opinion on the financial statements. So the second report that you have is the single audit report. So this is required anytime you have in the 25 year within 750,000, that threshold has gone up to $1 million. Doesn't really make any difference to you because you're always going to be more than that. But if you have more than 750 or next year will be $1 million in federal expenditures, you're subject to federal single audit. And so there's two reports that are included in that single audit report. The first one is what's called the GAS report. It's a government auditing standards report. And that's a report on your internal controls. They don't give an opinion on internal controls, but if there's any type of deficiencies, they'll report those deficiencies. And the second report that you'll see in there is the opinion on the federal awards. They did give a clean opinion on the federal awards. So the program that was audited, which is basically the same program every year, is basically your student financial assistance cluster. It makes up 11.7 million of your total 11.8 million in federal awards. So a large percent of your federal awards are being tested. So as I mentioned, in the report on internal controls, they would report any deficiencies. So there's two categories. One is material weakness, and then there's a significant deficiency. So material weakness is a finding that is significant enough that it either resulted in a material misstatement in the financial statements and audit adjustments were required, or it was prevalent enough that it could potentially cause a material misstatement in the future. The other one is significant deficiency. So significant deficiency is less severe. It's more in the auditor's opinion that they feel it's important enough to bring to the attention of governance. You had no material weaknesses during the year. It's good. They did have one significant deficiency that they had two significant deficiencies that they reported during the year, both of which are findings carried over from the prior year. These are the things that the auditors can't necessarily say. I don't think that the first one is that significant. The first one is related to information technology, and it really has to do with basically putting in policies and procedures over user access rights. So basically what they said in the finding is that they didn't find any issues with any type of user access. So your controls, in my opinion, are working well. The finding is more that there's not a written policy and procedure related to that. That to me is a simple fix. It's essentially writing a policy that would come to the board for approval and then implementing procedures. So that's why in my opinion, I don't think it's that significant of a finding, but something that you definitely want to address. That way going forward, you have those policies and procedures in place. Even though you had no issues with user access, it helps to have controls over user access because you can always point back to those policies and procedures. The second one actually does not relate to the college at all. It actually relates to the foundation. However, because the foundation is reported as a blended component unit within the college, it does have to be reported here. And so this has to do, and again, this was a finding that was there last year, has to do with segregation of duties. The foundation is a small organization. They don't have very many employees, so it's difficult to segregate duties. However, I do think that there is compensating controls that could be put into place in order to, safeguard the assets there. So something to consider. I don't know how much control you have over that or discussions with the foundation, but I think there's opportunities for improvement in there. But again, that one is a significant deficiency as well. So they didn't report it as a material weakness, but I do think that probably carried a little bit more weight than probably the IT finding they had. And then on the federal awards, as I mentioned, they gave a clean opinion. They did have one significant deficiency. Again, for the federal awards, they have two categories: material weaknesses or significant deficiencies. This one did not raise to the level of material weakness. This was another carryover finding from the prior year. There is related to the cluster that was being audited for student financial aid. There's a report filed annually. It's called the Fiscal Operations Report and Application to Participate by FISAP. Much easier to say. Basically, the finding was that the figures that were reported for tuitions and fees, and then some of the accounting reported in FISAP did not agree with the general ledger. And a lot of that just had to do with some of the timing as far as when everything was closed out. There is an opportunity to go in and revise those numbers. So I think that, again, I don't find this as significant of a finding. I think it's something that can be easily corrected. One, with a little bit earlier closeout, and two, with being able to go in and update some of those numbers. So again, those are probably some of the things that the auditors wouldn't say that, actually it's probably a good thing that I'm here as well, that, to give my opinion on some of these items. I think they're fairly easy to fix. So
Thank you.
but I'd be happy to answer any questions that
When you mentioned a carryover from last year, well, these are things we were aware of last year and just haven't had time to clean up or what?
I would let Jolene.
It's a combination of things. So we discovered errors in fiscal year 24 with the way that our enterprise resource planning software platform, was running reports. We had the way that we were drawing down Pell, for example, we would draw it down and then give refunds. Our fiscal years, the summer term straddles 2 fiscal years. So it just was kind of working with a new team. At that time, Nadine was somewhat new, I was somewhat new, and we just hadn't had it fixed yet. Our audit was late, so we closed the FY23 in October. FY24, we just made it before March 31st. And this year we were a month late for FY25. That gives us, before the end of the current fiscal year, when we find out, just a couple months to fix it. So we fixed it in this fiscal year, but it won't be reflected until FY26.
But we won't hear of free carryovers in the next fiscal year.
No, we should not have this same.
And there wouldn't be others that were carried forward because there were no others.
Correct. So mistakes that were made in FY24 with how we reported the amounts carried over into FY25 and impacted FY25, and we didn't fix it, unfortunately. So
yeah, and I don't have it in front of me. There were a few other findings in the 24 year that are not reported, so those were corrected.
Those were corrected.
Yeah, we had 5, and now we're down to 2.
Down to 2.
And next year's 0.
Yes, that's the
that's. I remembered last year's, and I remember that conversation, but having it so clearly in front of me and not on a screen, it's so nice to see you. You were here.
The IT audit in particular has really escalated with AI and with the data breaches that we're hearing about all across the US and across the world. And so it has become far more intense. So I'm really proud that we just have this one policy recommendation rather than any significant findings. That means our IT team is performing at a very high level and keeping our data secure and our environment secure.
Good. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
And then I wanted to mention real quickly, I talked to Jolene. So we're gonna sort of revamp the ACFR for, the ACFR looks good. But there's actually a new GASB that will be implemented for this upcoming fiscal year, one that changes the definition of what falls into operating income. It also changes the formatting and what information goes into the management discussion and analysis that's included in there. So it's really good timing to make those changes and actually update the ACFR to, make it maybe a little bit more recent. This is sort of modernize it. This is sort of a document that's been carried forward for probably 10 plus years, and revised as we have GASB updates. So we're going to modernize it a little bit and implement some of the GASBs.
And hopefully a little bit easier to navigate.
Yes.
For those of us who aren't accountants, can you, in 2 sentences, explain what GASB is?
Yeah. So that is the Governmental Accounting Standards Board. So they basically oversee reporting for government entities. And so they define, what needs to be reported and how the financial statements should look and what should be included in there. That's probably a few more in one sentence. That's
I'd like to go to the group out here too. I see Ashley has a little mechanical hand up. Hi, Ashley. What would you like to ask or talk about?
Hi, and thank you for the explanation of that acronym. That was helpful. Madam Chair, I have 2 questions. My broader question is related to the finding for the foundation. And so to whatever degree is appropriate for our board to discuss, I was just wondering, since it was a finding last year, if what has been done or what needs to still occur. And again, only whatever is appropriate to discuss with our board.
Can you provide a little bit of insight? I do know that the foundation had hired an accounting firm. They are not on site. I think they mostly, and again, you can't take this word for word, but I think they mostly do bookkeeping for them. A lot of the cash receipts that still come into the office or donations that come in, you've got 1 or 2 people that are handling it, and also have access to the bank accounts. And so, it definitely increases the level of risk that there could be a misappropriation of asset because you don't have that segregation of duties when you have the same individual that has the ability to have record keeping, cash handling, and reconciliations. Then it's got to be a reported finding because there's a risk that's there.
I've also been talking about it with Bob Arp, who is the chair of the foundation board, and Julio. It has gotten a quote to just kind of outsource all of it. So I think there are just a couple of different decision points, whether they want to hire someone dedicated to that part-time or whether they want to outsource the entirety of that work or whatever other options we're willing to discuss.
Thanks. And Bob does have a lot of experience in that area too. And so does Julio, of course. So hopefully that will be cleaned up this year then.
Yes. Okay.
Verify.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And then my other question is more nitty gritty here. In the revenue section of the annual report, where am I? I'm on page 73. It provides the historic tuition rates, and then it shows the annual increase between years. I'm just curious if this is something I'm reading incorrectly, or you can help me understand. In the 23-24 year, we increased the tuition rate from $81 to $91. Yet it's not showing an annual increase. And I recall some discussions about changes in our fee structure as well. But I don't think that that's included in here. So could you just help me understand that?
Page 75, did you say? He's got it on the screen. Patrick does, I think, for us. That's the page you're looking at, Ashley. Can you see our screen?
Yes, it was correct. If you could go back. Page 73.
Page 73, Patrick, in the book. Oh, Amy's doing it. I'm blaming you here. Sorry.
Page 73.
There you go, right there.
Document, not page numbers.
Well, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Make sure are you looking at this page, Ashley, then?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Just want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that needs to be dated. I don't know.
If I can remind the board, when we did that increase, remember that we always had a technology fee.
Yeah.
So that was already baked in.
It's not like I have to look at it.
It looks like the tuition rates are correct. The annual costs needed to be adjusted for 23-24, and the dollar increase and percent increase was overlooked. So it looks like there's an error that you found in the acronym.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good for me that it wasn't something wasn't understanding. So that could just be corrected. Thank you.
Yeah, I missed it. The auditor missed it. So it looks like we need to just update that data, that historical data piece.
Way to go, Ashley.
Yep.
All right, Diane, any questions from you or? Can't tell because this.
No, I'm good. Thank you, but good ops there, Ashley. Good ops.
Yeah, you bet. Nicole, anything from you?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much, all three of you. Okay. Well, again, we appreciate you being here and glad to see you and glad I found you. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
And we got the book earlier, so we had the information sent earlier, so I'd spent some time on it, but didn't pull it up today, so I could focus on you. Thank you. Thank you, Jolene, for your help. Thanks. All right. Miss Dr. I always say Dr. Bay, but
Hey, not all the students
like
call me.
it. It's okay with you.
They all call me
Thank
Dr.
you.
Bay.
It's always good
That's
to
my
see you
name.
smile here.
Well, and it's kind of funny you say that. My keys have Dr. Comfort on it.
Oh,
because
okay.
you know my name's really Comfort. So far, our faculty are doing real well. I want to congratulate Jay and Kevin. Thank you. I didn't bring you a highlight this month because I knew we have it. They're there. I will also be publishing the list that Jermaine talked about to all the faculty, so they know if they were nominated and at least can feel that.
Sure.
So that will also go out. We're working through the finals of this semester's assessment. All grades should have been turned in yesterday. Mine are in, but I believe everybody's in. I haven't heard about the nasty reports that come out yet, so who knows? We are working through a finalization of a mentorship plan that we hope to bring to you guys this summer, as well as revising the Constitution before our new president comes in. So it matches our current AOI structure. Other than that, just doing lots of work for y'all.
Well, you have been all year long. We appreciate it. Several years.
Yeah, several years.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Yeah.
Any questions? Any questions out there, folks? No, Diane. Can't hear you.
Just a second.
Oh, she's saying no. I'm sorry.
No.
I saw her going this with her finger.
I did too.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, Diane.
Have a wonderful day and we'll see you at graduation.
You will, and thanks for our team.
Yes, yes.
Always shows the smile. Good to see you.
Nice to be here.
Sherry Adams, we're ready for you.
Good morning, Madam
Good
Chair,
morning.
members of the board, and Dr. Culper. I just wanted to let you guys know that we have a meeting next week, May 20th at 3 p.m. And we will be working on our mentorship rollout here soon. We hope to start around July 1st. That's our goal. And then we also have elections coming up. We switched that in the Constitution. We will be electing members to the staff council first. And then after that, we will elect our officers. For some reason, it was the other way around. So that's been recently updated in our Constitution.
Go backwards before. Now
Now we're gonna go forward.
But thanks for everything you've done this year also. I know it's been fun for you and you enjoy it. So
Yes, ma'am.
good. I'm glad to see that. So it's a new commencement to that.
Yes.
All right. Any questions? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Chair. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. That's in appendix 1. It's an action item. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Nicole.
I'll second.
That we
Okay.
accept the consent as prescribed.
Perfect, thank you. And we have a second, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, so the recommendation is to accept the consent items as presented and it's been approved. Thank you. Board report. Susan isn't here today, so I'll let you know that the two of us, along with Dr. Tim, also known as Dr. Culver, went to Phoenix and attended the trustee meeting. It was very helpful. We enjoyed it and always appreciate David Brovsky's leadership and the work that he puts into organizing that. Item B would be that in Appendix 2, you have your board evaluation. And we ask that you take a look at it, spend some time with it, and send it in to Amy by June 3rd, which is 2 weeks from now, approximately. And that way we'll have it on the June regular agenda. Any questions about either of those things?
I don't have a question, Madam President, but back on item A.
Yes.
Just a reminder to the board that Jason E. had uploaded the presentation for ACCT this fall. And Dr. Singer contributed to that presentation as well.
Great.
And will be going along, but it's very innovative presentation. You'll see the title of it there, From First Contact to Next Paycheck, Building a Rural Workforce Talent Lifecycle. And so I was very excited when Jason recommended this particular topic, and he and Dr. Singer and others contributed. So it should be a very nice presentation. We always get accolades when we present at this Association for Community College Trustees. And it will be Dr. Holliday's first opportunity to present along with Jason and Dr. Singer.
Super. And that is happening. Thanks, Diane and Jason, wherever you are. You might give them next to us. Is he? Thanks, Jason. All right. President's report, Dr. Polk.
Yes, we are so excited that, we've had the last 3 or 4 last month, I'll say, of being everywhere all the time, everybody. And James's Bighorn Blast is going to show part of that today. And then we'll have part 2 in June because you can't get it all in. So James, thank you so much for all you do. Patrick, are you pushing the button?
Yes.
Nice.
Take it away, Patrick. Thanks, Jay, again. So we have this afternoon.
I do.
First up, the early college team held signing days for local high school seniors who committed to continue their education at Mohave College. Students from high schools throughout Mohave County took part, showing off their Bighorn pride and taking the next step toward higher education. And those future students aren't the only ones being celebrated. At a statewide ceremony in Phoenix, 6 Mohave College students received the state's top college honors. The governor and her top education director spoke at the event and praised the All-Arizona academic team for their academic and community service work, as well as their limitless future potential. After completing associate's degrees at Mohave College, they'll receive tuition coverage to pursue bachelor's degrees at Arizona's public universities. And that student success continues across all the campuses. Student recognition ceremonies celebrated academic achievement, leadership, and service. Students were honored in front of faculty, staff, friends, and families, including club leaders, standout scholars, and of course the All-Arizona academic team. The ceremonies gave each campus a chance to spotlight the hard work happening all year long. Some students are already turning that hard work into career connections. The college hosted an HVAC and electrical career fair at the Bullhead City campus, connecting students with employers, contractors, and workforce partners. Attendees learned about internships, apprenticeships, job opportunities, and training pathways in the skilled trades. The event helped students see how classroom learning connects directly to local careers. And in Kingman, younger students got a close look at those kinds of career paths. About 128 eighth graders toured the college's Advanced Manufacturing Training Center. They explored programs including HVAC, welding, automotive technology, EMT, and more. The visit gave them an early look at hands-on training options and career pathways available at their hometown college. Back on campus, academic excellence was in the spotlight as more students were welcomed into the Phi Theta Kappa and Beta 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 Honor Societies. Phi Theta Kappa recognizes scholarship, leadership, and service among two-year college students. Tri Beta honors students dedicated to biological study, scientific research, and a deeper understanding of the living world. For more information about the honor societies, contact the office of your campus dean of student and community engagement. From honor societies to high school math champions, students kept the momentum going. The college held its annual Math Olympics event on the Kingman campus, bringing local high school students together for challenging math competitions. Lake Havasu High School took first place overall, followed by Needles High School and the Academy of Building Industries. The college also helped community members sharpen a different kind of skill. Corporate Education offered a grant writing workshop to help nonprofits, small businesses, educators, and community members navigate the funding process. Participants learned how to assess readiness, find grants, follow application requirements, and write stronger proposals. The Kingman Campus Computer and Console Club MC4 once again teamed up with the City of Kingman Public Works for a community recycle drive. People throughout the region were able to safely discard unused technology while students helped support a cleaner community and raise awareness about responsible electronics recycling. Students and community members turned their attention to creativity on the screen. The Bullhead City Campus Student Arts Club hosted its 6th annual Flash Film Festival. The event brought together filmmakers, students, and community members for an evening of short films telling stories in less than 3 minutes. Congratulations to Mads Walker for her Flash film Doom Scrolling, which won the grand prize $500. To see all the entries, head to the college newsroom at mohave.edu/newsroom, then scroll down and click the Flash Film headline. And a great time, as always, at the Lake Havasu City campus with color, music, and celebration. The campus celebrated Cinco de Mayo with food, music, and folklorico dancing. Students, employees, and community members gathered for a festive campus celebration filled with culture, movement, and plenty of smiles. It's a bright way to end another busy month at the college. And remember, you can always stay up to date with the college news and events in the online newsroom at mohave.edu/newsroom, where you can also access the Bighorn Blast newscast as well as the Bighorn Blast podcast. Following the college website and social media channels will always help keep you in the loop. And of course, if you have a story idea, send it to college@mohave.edu.
Madam President, I just want to say thank you to James Jarman and team. We have had weeks of events, and almost every event, somebody from his team has been there taking pictures, taking video. I was in Havasu last night for the Fire Academy graduation, and Kimball Picard was there. And he said, I think he said, I think you're just as busy as we are. Because they are everywhere all the time. So thank you, James Jarman and team, for all the work you've done the past few weeks in capturing all of these videos, pictures of all of the wonderful student recognitions.
Were you recognized for completing a day of fire service?
No, that was back in
Yes.
that was
Last semester.
Yeah, last semester.
Yeah.
I got a certificate.
Okay, that was
And I got a whole thing.
okay.
Yeah.
It's your t-shirt.
Yeah, that was class 25-3. They're on 26-2 now.
Oh, no, yeah.
All right, item B is our fiscal year 27 draft budget. Every year at this time in May, we present the budget for the next fiscal year. And it's always a first reading in May. And you will have your second reading and final approval in June. In between there will be a public hearing that folks can come to at all locations via Zoom. And then your actual budget adoption hearing is the day of the meeting June 11th, prior to the regular meeting. Did I get all that right, Amy? Yes. Thank you.
And if you didn't, well, no, not until we.
Yeah, right, until we get,
Listening to you.
until we get there. So I believe Nancy and Jolene are going to make a presentation about it. It is in your board packets, Appendix 3, the CCD form is in there. And so I will then turn it over to Nancy. Are you starting? Okay.
All right, good morning all. Thank you for letting me come today. If I could figure out how to be techie cool. This isn't working. Okay. All right, so the budget planning guiding principles haven't changed. So if we're good with this slide, I'm just gonna move into the meat and potatoes of it. All right, so what this slide is going over is our current general and plant funds. The light pink is our fiscal year 26 numbers and the maroon is the fiscal year 27. You can see that the college cut general fund expenses by 4.5%. We've eliminated the unexpended plant. And this was done due to support a 4% cost of living increase to cover the estimated 3.8 inflation rate in fiscal year 27. Other headwinds include decreased in grant funds, reduced interest income, and conservative building for Prop 207 budgeting, not building, conservative budgeting for Prop 207 and 301 revenue. So that's what.
And just as a reminder, Prop 207 is the tax on marijuana sales, and 301 is state shared sales tax.
So we're predicting that with raising gas prices and cost of living for everyone, that we might not get as much of that. So we went conservative for those projections. Any questions about this part?
Those of you out there, we can't see your faces now, so if you have a question, you're gonna just have to speak. Because I don't have you on the screen, which is fine. We have the presentation on the screen. So rather than us ask after each slide, you're just gonna have to open your voices and say, hey, I've got a question.
Will do.
Thank you very much.
All right, so this slide is the tax levy revenue. The college will receive a 2.2 increase in tax revenue, which is a combination of annual increase in limited property value and new housing construction. However, this revenue lift for fiscal year 27 is offset by a new inflation rate in 27 of 3. And this one is the total revenue. So we put this one in a pie chart. So it looks a little bit busy. If you guys have questions, just let me know. Jolene and I can help. But as you can see, the revenue mix hasn't really changed too much year over year. There's a small shift in property tax and student fees, which now takes up slightly larger portion of our revenue due to a decline in investment income and other revenue. An increase in new programs such as cosmetology, AMTC, fabrication robotics, and our bachelor's degrees.
Yeah, this is down at the bottom, you can see that that was Schedule B. We previously, the last slide was Schedule A. So this is just a visual representation. I don't know if you said that. Did you say that?
No,
but these are all just visual representations of the CCD. So it's the same data, just looked at a little bit differently.
And then this is representing our expenses. So, and we want to make sure that it's noted that compensation is included in all of these. So, and it's the same, like she said, as in Schedule C. So our comp package is included in these figures. The budget cuts are reflected here in our capital assets and public services, with prioritization given to increases in institutional support to add our new president. At one point, we had removed the EVP role. That's been put back in. Auxiliary enterprises has also gone up, but that's to support our growth in catering as well as corporate and community ed. And then our student meal plans and operation and maintenance and plant. So now's the fun time. It's your turn. If you have questions, we're here to answer them.
Any questions, folks?
Can we stop the shirt?
What's that?
None here.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, so Nicole, Diane, and Ash, you're shaking your head. So thank all three of you. Appreciate it. And thanks for two of you. Good to see you. Nancy and Jolene go up there together. They walk in unison. Very smooth. All right. And thanks for getting it ready early too. We had it in our appendix early, so appreciate that. All right, back to Dr. Culver, appendix 4.
Yes, so just like to report that Dr. Holliday and Amy and I are continuing conversations with her transitions to be here on July the 6th. She is busy trying to find a place to live and get her son enrolled in school and doing all those things that we have to do. And so she's making lots of progress on that. And I believe her commencement is today as well at her school. And so she's told us that next week and beyond, next week, she'll really start having more meetings with the team. She's already started having meetings with James Jarman on meetings with other folks in the communities. And so lots of progress being made. So we're excited to receive Dr. Holliday in early July. So good news there. On the statewide scene, the state budget negotiations are still ongoing. We did get some communication yesterday from AC4 lobbyists that there's hope that the budget is closer to being finished than they thought. So the negotiations perhaps, and these are my words, not the lobbyist words, aren't as contentious as we thought they were going to be. And we may even hear next week that they have come to an agreement on what the state budget might look like. So, and it might not be either. So I'm just saying there's some positivity that's happening. The Arizona Center for Student Success, which is a part of AC4, again, will be offering for the first time this summer something that AC4 is calling Arizona Master Teacher Seminar. It's in June. It's an immersive experience that will be held at Prescott College. And the participants will live in the dorms just like they're going back to college and will participate in immersive strategies to help the teaching and learning process. And we have 2 reps going. One is Aaron Dodge from Medical Assisting, and the second is Avery Cross from HVAC. So we're very, very happy about this because as many of us know, many of our practitioners come to us and maybe have never taught, right? And so these 2 have stepped up to say, hey, we want to go learn how to better become educators because they are expert practitioners. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Avery, for attending the Master Teacher Seminar in June. The second cohort of the Arizona Community College Leadership Academy will also start this summer. We have 3 participants who are now finishing the first cohort. You're going to meet them in June because they graduate in June. But then the next cohort will start shortly after that. And we have 2 employees and a 3rd alternate who we are recommending for that this year. And we are so very happy that 2 employees from administrative services who typically don't step up for these kinds of opportunities, but Jolene has empowered them to do that. Renee Hotz from Employee Services and Justin Major from IT. We are so happy that they want to go through this year-long leadership academy. And so they will begin that later this summer as well. And then a 3rd, Andrea Wang, you may have seen the connection with Jay Wang. That's the other half. She is our alternate or our 3rd person because there's a possibility that we can have 3. But we have 2 for sure and then a 3rd. So I'm so proud of Renee and Justin and Andrea for stepping up for this year-long leadership academy. So that's statewide kind of information. I'm going to kind of skip down to current events and those things at the end of the agenda. We've had so many end of year celebrations you've only seen some of them on this particular Bighorn Blast, but just this week and last week, we had nursing pinnings and PTA pinnings and fire academy last night and student recognition ceremonies and all kinds of activity. Dr. Rusal and I were everywhere all the time. Yeah, you were at dental last night. I was at fire academy last night. But I just can't say enough. It really helps us to remember why we do what we do when we see these students finishing and completing and seeing all of the wonderful milestones that they hit. I also have to thank our registrar's office and all of Michelle's team, college communications facilities, many others who have set up for commencement later today. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Megan, wherever you are. I'm sure you're at the field house. And so can't say enough facilities. Everybody has just jumped in to make our day the best day it can be. So some commencement statistics. We have, as of yesterday, and it's probably a little bit more today, 100 more RSVPs than we had last year. Are you up for it? Are you going to?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We had 350 versus 249 RSVPs this year. So we don't really know what that means in terms of will they all show up or not, but it's 100 more RSVPs that come today. We have 921-ish students. These change every minute. So my numbers are probably not correct, but 920 students, 611 certificates, 512 associate degrees. And so that is amazing when you think about the output, the folks that we're putting out into the workforce onto baccalaureate programs, wherever they might be going. So I think we have 71 more students this year who are getting a credential than last year, and 109 more associate degrees. So yeah, so it's all good news,
Great
right?
data.
Yeah. So thanks to Megan and Michelle and everybody for keeping us updated on that information. Gerald tells me yesterday that the cosmetology building at 307 Bill Street, it will be done by the end of July. They're stuccoing and painting and putting ceilings in, but by the end of July, we hope the cosmetology building will be ready. And just so you know, we already have 56 students who have said they want the program, and the courses aren't even on the schedule yet. So, the courses might be on the schedule. Sorry, I'll take that back. The other thing I'd like to report to you, and I keep watching my email to see if we get approval for the BSN program, but it hasn't happened. Any day now, we should get it.
I haven't mentioned, I haven't read you.
Yeah. So the biology baccalaureate degree, 51 students right now.
Wow.
Elementary education, 28. That keeps growing. Human services, 48. Yeah, so keeps growing, which is exactly what we thought. We believe, I think Dr. Weiss believes, and I've been going to the nursing pinnings all this week, and participants in the nursing pinnings are saying, when is the BSN coming? I believe it will fill up immediately as soon as the courses get put on the schedule.
I probably had 10 or 12 people already ask me. I said, we just wait and call it. I'm like, yeah, it's Colin.
Yeah. Michelle and team completed our VA audit this week. No findings, so we should receive official notification of that we did well in about 30 days. So thank you, Michelle and team, for doing that. You may have heard about the Canvas shutdown. I think we have more information. I think it's probably more information that you want to know, but what they are saying, unless it's changed today, Jolene, that they got basic personal identifiers like names and emails and IDs, some internal platform communications, maybe between faculty and student, some course enrollment metadata. But they do not think passwords were compromised, financial information was taken, or any kind of government identifiers or PII. I think we heard that the company paid shiny hunters, who were the hijackers or whatever they're called. And I think they're called hijackers. paid them a ransom, but they're not saying how much the ransom was. So
We're trying to find out.
are you trying?
Everybody's trying to find out. You are not alone.
Yeah.
That's why
There's out beyond the college to see
Yeah.
it within my network if we can find out.
everyone nationally is in that.
I think, Madam President, that's all the update that I have.
Well, it sounds good, lots of good stuff. And we have June on, and I see that she's in her background there. Hi, June, good to see you, Dr. Wise. And she's here to present the proposal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Diane, I'm sorry, did you have something? Oh, you were waving, okay. Thanks.
And Fergie is next door to.
I was waving at June.
Oh, because I looked, I thought, well, she's not next door, because I recognize the background being personal. Hi there.
Hi there.
Good to have you here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. How do I proceed?
Just go ahead and
just talk.
Madam Chair, members of the board would like to talk to you about the STEM that you're requesting.
Please, absolutely. Thank you for having me. So this proposal is a really important need in our college, in our department. We have a sim man existing that's extremely old and is not upgradable, not repairable. And so we're just respectfully asking to purchase a new one within our budget of means that we have.
Yeah, so $20,000 of it will come from grant funds.
Okay.
And the remaining will come from their own budget that they've scraped together to support this purchase. It's over the 75,000
Right.
For the purchasing manual. So we are requesting board approval for the purchase.
Okay. Before we ask if there are any questions or comments, I'm looking for a motion and then we can discuss it if you have any discussion. Ashley, I see a hand.
Oh, sorry, I don't have the agenda language.
Okay.
I was going to make a motion and now I'm unprepared. Sorry, hold on just a second.
Sorry.
Okay. Madam Chair, I make a motion that to approve the purchase of a replacement high fidelity simulation mannequin, the SimMan 3G Plus from
I'll second.
Medical Place in the amount of $112,598.22.
I'll second.
And Diane seconded. Thank you. Are there any questions or discussion about this item? Seeing nothing, we'll go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Four of us, sorry, there's four here today, four were yes, and there are no no's. So we'll be looking forward to this guy and see what, is he handsome, have lots of
Yes.
smiles?
He looks like me.
Blue eyes, oh,
They made me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Fergie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
June, anything else? Or you're here for support?
I was here for support. I'm sorry I can't be there in person today.
That's all right. Good to see you either way. We're happy to see you. Okay, our next meeting will be held in Lake Havasu, June 11, 9 o'clock. Diane's bringing cookies and cakes and ice cream and breakfast and. Okay, Nicole has a hand up. Thank you, Nicole. Yes.
Yeah, before we adjourned, I won't be able to attend the commencement ceremony, so I just wanted to congratulate the college graduates and your hard work and dedication. It's paid off. I wanted to thank the faculty for sharing your expertise, the staff for keeping the wheels turning and providing the resources the students need, and the administration for your leadership and commitment to student success.
Thank you, Nicole. Nice comments. Yes, Diane approves of that too. Thank you. And Ashley, I know you're at another commencement, so enjoy that. And Diane, we will see you then by 3 o'clock. Okay.
Was
good.
Ashley's hand up?
Oh, well, it's been up. I think she took
she put it down.
Took it down.
I was just going to comment and I completely agree with Nicole's comments. And I also wanted to share how excited I am that we have that many graduates registered for commencement. And I hope they do all show up.
Thank you for that. All right, Diane, we'll be busy. We're going to have a good time. All right. Meeting's adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
You did.